Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Melissa Recovers, where I do everything I can to recover the person who I was always meant to be. Today is Monday morning, the Cyber Monday. It is the 27th of November, and I just wanted to do a quick recap on the weekend. I've been trying to find a balance between videotaping and taking pictures of food and different things, and I have a hard time uploading things with my camera and my phone, and so I'm just trying to condense and simplify life but still be accountable, because I know how awesome being a part of the Weight Watchers community on YouTube has been for me. So I'm trying to figure out a consistent way to do that. So today I'm just going to do a weekend wrap up, and I'm going to talk about what I ate and pretty much all of that kind of good stuff, and tell you about a new challenge that I'm going to be doing. There's another YouTuber, she has a channel, N is for Nurse, and she has challenged all of us to do a blue dot challenge for the month of December. And I am way excited about doing that because I feel like it helps keep me on track. It helps me not get too out of control or too low. And I don't know how blue dots are going to work with the new way the plan's going to work out. 1 second. When the new plan comes out for us. But we'll weather that storm when it comes time to it. Sorry. I'm pulling up my tracker right now so I can show you guys. So anyway, Friday was great. We had leftovers, but I felt super duper hungry. And I think it was because I kind of stretched my stomach out. I ate everything within points. I got a blue dot on Thanksgiving, but I still volumized. I think would be the best word to describe it. So I'm just going to take you through my Friday and tell you about what I ate, and then go from there. I started the morning off with some crustless pumpkin pie that I made. I made them in little foil pan things that I got from Dollar Tree, and that was 9 points. And then I put some whipped cream on it, and that was really yummy, and I loved it. The whipped cream was 2. And then later on the day, I had my leftover half from Thanksgiving because I didn't eat the whole thing on Thanksgiving. And that was 5 points and 2. So anyway, there we are. For lunch, I had some stuffing, some potatoes, some gravy, and some turkey on Friday. And so with stuffing, I did stovetop, and then I filled it with tons of celery, onions, green apple, and then a really small amount of craisins. So I counted for the craisins, and 1/6 of this pan that I made ended up being 4 points. So it was 3 points for the stovetop, 1 point for the craisins, and I used, instead of using butter, I used some broth, some fat-free broth. So it worked out perfectly. It was awesome. I got what I wanted out of it, but it wasn't very high points. So then moving on, dinner, same thing. We did leftovers again. And I measured everything out. I weighed out my turkey. I, measured my food. And then we also got to have a little teeny piece of apple pie and a little bit of ice cream. The really awesome vanilla ice cream from Costco is like 14 points for half a cup. So I did 1/8 of a cup. So basically 2 little tablespoons of ice cream on 1/4 of a piece of pie. And I couldn't finish. I thought, I'd have more. Actually, I started with a half a piece of pie and 1/4 cup of ice cream, but I only ate half of it, and I was like, this is all I need. So that was my Friday, and like I said, I felt super hungry. It was like hair of the dog. I've never been drunk where I had a hangover, but I've heard about it, so that's kind of what I equate it to. Anyway, so Saturday morning, got up, got back on track. So I started with half a cup of cooked potato, a piece of Tillamook cheese. So the half a cup of potato was 2 points. The Tillamook cheese from Costco was 3 points. I did some onions, some bell peppers, and 3 eggs and kind of scrambled them all together. And it became kind of like this really yummy breakfast scramble. And then I had a little bit of fresh fruit with it. Then for lunch, I had leftover green salad and I added olives to it. And I did some of the Bolthouse blue cheese yogurt dressing. So my lunch, the whole thing was only 4 points. And then dinner, it was kind of a date night. My husband and I went to an emergency preparedness class, which I love. I've shared with you guys some of my ideas and classes and things that I've done with it. But so what was cool about it is we got this cheesecake thing from the produce section at our local grocery store because the class was upstairs in the community room of our local grocery store. And I kind of measured it out. So I counted it as the Philadelphia cheesecake filling, 1/4 a cup of pie filling, and then some graham cracker crumbs. And that was a really high point date night treat. It worked out to be 21 points. But I get 55 a day, so I ate really lean through the whole day. Dinner, I made turkey soup with leftover white breast meat from the turkey, some carrots, some celery, some onions, and some bouillon. It was like 1 point for 2 cups. So, and then I did a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. So, all together, including that giant dessert, it was 32 points. So it was kind of heavy on the points, but it was a really good date night treat. And that's what I love about Weight Watchers is we don't have to feel deprived. And then, throughout the rest of the day, I had a few other things, but it felt good to be weighing and measuring and be really on track and kind of getting Thanksgiving out of my system. So then Sunday morning, I got up and I made breakfast for my family before we headed to church. And that was so fun. I made breakfast baked potatoes. So I threw some potatoes in the microwave and I ended up with a 6-ounce potato, which is 5 points. And then I did 2 eggs, the Eggland's Best, kind of like free range organic eggs. 3 points for that, a slice of Tillamook cheese, and then I chopped up some peppers and some chives and threw them in with the eggs and put them on top of the potato with a slice of cheese, and it became this really yummy kind of breakfast baked potato. And then lunch, we came home and we kind of just I had a big giant salad, and again, I threw some olives on it and the yogurt dressing, the blue cheese yogurt dressing. And that was 4 points for that. And then I splurged and had some cheese ball and crackers with the family because we were eating some leftovers from Thanksgiving. So I spent 9 points on some wheat thins and some Keebler Club crackers, and then 2 ounces of cheese ball is 7 points. So I figured all of that out, and lunch was at 20, which is kind of high. Usually most of my meals are about 15, but it was kind of like a late lunch after church. And then for dinner last night, we had fajitas, and it was so good. We haven't had fajitas in forever, and we did salsa, onions, bell peppers, and then the Kirtland chicken breasts from Costco. You can get 4 ounces of chicken breast for 1 point. And then I had plenty of points left over for tortillas. So that was really good. And I did just a little bit of regular sour cream because that's what we had on hand. And I also did a little bit more crustless pumpkin pie. I did it for 5 points of that and 1 point of dairy whipped topping. And I weighed out the dairy whipped topping. So I put my pie in my bowl, pie custard in my bowl, and then I just sprayed the whipped topping until we got up to that point. So anyway, I had a great weekend. It feels good to be back here on a Monday morning. I made some eggs in my Instant Pot. So I started off this morning with some hard-boiled eggs, and I will have a banana in a little bit. And I'm having leftovers for lunch from last night. So I get to have my fajitas again, which, if the hubbub about the new plan is correct, fajitas, the veggies and the meat will be 0. So all you're paying for then is your tortillas. So I'm really excited. That's a meal that I know I can have be a go-to meal on the new plan. So anyway, Blue Dot Challenge. So my friend over at N is for Nurse and also Carrie, Weight Watchers, they are both doing this Blue Dot Challenge, and Carrie started right away because she just really wants to have that accountability to be on track. And I'm really excited because I will be reporting in every day. I'm going to make some kind of video, whether it's just a basic vlog or I talk to you about what I've eaten or I just kind of share my thoughts about something. I'm going to do that. Today is a work day, so I'm doing a lot of sitting down because that's what work requires. I do computer stuff, but the rest of this week, I plan to walk 60 minutes every single morning after I get the kids off to school, and I am going to drink lots of water. This is a 24-ounce bottle, and I will drink between 5 and 6 of these a day. So that means that I will be getting close to a gallon. It's like 5.3 of them is a gallon. So I'm just really excited to be accountable. I'm excited to go forward this week with this challenge in mind and preparing myself for the new plan and getting excited. And I'm excited to have this network of friends on YouTube that kind of help me stay on track because we're better together. Anyway, so I wanted to quick share just a final thought before I close this up. This weekend, I am a Sunday school teacher for our church, and I was teaching a really awesome lesson about family history and the atonement and, why we do what we do and why that's so important. And I was reading a story about a woman named Susa Young Gates, and it described her as a woman of indomitable spirit. And I was like, I've heard that word before, but I want to make sure I know what it is. And what I found out, indomitable means to be invincible, unconquerable, unbeatable, unassailable, invulnerable, unshakable, and unsinkable. And every year I pick a word to be my New Year's resolution. And in 2017, my New Year's resolution word was steadfast. And basically, it just meant keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And to me, indomitable is the perfect word for me to set as my New Year's resolution word for 2018. Indomitable is like the extension and like the graduate level version of steadfast. So I want to be remembered as someone who was indomitable, and I don't want my battle with weight to hold me back. I want to be invincible, and I want to be unshakable when it comes to this. I'm not going to let little holidays and things like that throw me for a loop. I want to stick with it, and I want to be a woman of indomitable spirit. And on that note, I hope that you guys have a great Monday. I will check in again tomorrow morning, and I love your comments. I love your comments, and I love when you subscribe. It just buoys me up. So if you think there's someone else out there that you know that would benefit from my videos or has something to share, please share my videos with them. Like and comment, subscribe, all of those things, because it's just like being a part of a Weight Watchers meeting online. So anyway, have a great day, and I will see you later.